Hi, everyone. A very warm welcome to this particular podcast session. Today, I have a very special guest with me, Akshat with me. He's one of my students as well. He's the part of Smart Current Affairs program, the mains test series, the IGP program of Ajiram and Ravi. So, in this particular session, we would like to know about Akshat's journey, how he has tackled the various challenges of this examination. We'll talk about a lot of stuff, current affairs, mainly current affairs. We'll talk about his mains answer writing stuff, prelims, how he had tackled the prelims examination. So all those stuff we are going to talk about with Akshat. So a very warm welcome, Akshat. Thank you for giving your time, and I congratulate you on the rank that you have got. So how does it feel to get this name in the list for the in the very first time? So how does it feel, Akshat?
So it was again a bit, I won't say unexpected, but I was really hoping to be on the list.
Yeah.
So earlier I also discussed with Chandrabhan sir that as the PDF came, I just entered my roll number there. I did not even bother. I just saw the downward arrows come. That meant that my roll number was in there.
Yeah.
So I was relieved ki for 10 minutes I was with my mother and we were crying and everything on that. And when we had to eventually tell my father about the result,
Yeah.
then I saw my rank. So okay, so 352 has come. For me, it was mostly to be on that PDF.
In that list, in that holy PDF that we call.
Yes.
Yeah, so it must be an emotional moment as well as a sense of relaxation for you. Ki, chalo,
Definitely.
the hard work which is done is certainly giving the results.
Hmm.
So, Akshat, how has this journey been for you? Like, what was that first time you thought about being a civil servant? Why really you wanted to come into this particular field?
In class 10th, after class 10th, I had to choose my subjects.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose human. I was having a discussion with my mother about the subjects. I was really bad at maths. So science was a bit out of my window.
Yeah.
There was commerce and there was the humanities. So at that time, I weighed that option that आगे जाके it
क्या
would
करना
help
है?
me in civil services.
Mm-hmm.
And I took those subjects because basic NCRTs अगर मेरी स्कूल में ही कवर हो जाएंगी तो it would help me a lot.
Definitely, हाँ.
But I would tell you frankly, though I took it in the name of that, I did not even see the syllabus of UPSC till my graduation.
Right.
So I was a bit of a reluctant person that I had to, but and I am surprised because there was no pressure from my house about UPSC. There was, because even in my extended family, I do not know any person who is an officer at any level.
Right.
So I do not come from that sort of family.
Right.
So I would believe it actually came in really naturally for me because my graduation was from BA program Economics and History. My whole class was already doing the preparation. I was a bit late starter. I started in my 6th semester. Just after my graduation, I joined Vajiram and Ravi foundation batch. So at that time, so I would say that till I joined my course here, you could term me as a non-serious candidate. So I had Lakshmikant with me, I had NCRTs with me, but I did not read them to be.
So basically, sometimes it's like ki when you don't have pressure, you actually perform better.
Exactly.
So I think that is the case with you, ki no family pressure, no peer pressure like that. It's just you started preparing and then you got through this examination.
I fell into love with the subjects.
Nice.
With the classes, and apart from that, geography, history, economics, though polity a little, but still. So that is the real. I really liked what I read, what I studied. मेरे लिए कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि मेरे लिए काम है. Such में classes में I used to enjoy. And even after that I'm reading about it and around it. So it was never कि मुझे ये काम करना है, मुझे इतने घंटे पढ़ना है या ये करना है, वो feeling ही नहीं है. जब जितना मर्जी, जितना time, जितना मन किया मैंने, I did it. उतना ही किया मैंने. Right.
So basically you enjoyed the entire process of this particular examination, and I think this is a very good lesson for the aspirants who are watching us. Ki it's more important to enjoy this process, like to study in a manner that you can enjoy this particular journey. Because for you, fortunately, the journey has been short because in the first attempt only you got this particular rank. For many, the journey is slightly bigger, longer. So I think if you can enjoy this journey, then it's much better. You can deal with the pressure in a much better sense. So, Akshat, like since you were the student of the Smart Current Affairs also, so before I come to the program and how the program helped you, I want to understand, because this current affairs is a buzz these days, right? It's all about how to integrate current affairs into the preparation. It is a difficult terrain for the students, how to read and incorporate current affairs. So I want to, first of all, I want to understand from you, your perspective, that what exactly do you feel is the importance of current affairs across the 3 stages of the examination? So what is your opinion on that?
So firstly, I would say in prelims, it is the most important thing. It would be, in fact, it would be an understatement in my opinion, because science and tech, it is majorly current affairs. Environment, it is majorly current affairs. Economics, though a base is required, but the around the questions which are asked, that is mainly driven by current affairs. So in fact, in geography, the things which come, though they look static, but they are driven from current affairs. So current affairs, in my opinion, drives around 60 to 70% paper in the UPSC.
Direct or indirect?
Direct or indirect way, current affairs definitely help.
So I think, so basically what you're saying is that even in the static subjects, like maybe geography, where it's a very static subject, everything is there right in front of us. So in static subjects also, there is relevance of current affairs, and those static topics become more relevant for the examination, which are there in current affairs. That is something which you're trying to...
Definitely. I would give an example from the prelims that I gave, 24 prelims. There was a question on Sahel regions in the world.
Yes.
So Sahel is a concept of geography, the area between the Sahara Desert and the Equatorial Africa. But it was in news due to the military coups in Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger. So this is the way, a concept of IR. But it was dealt in geography. They asked the Sahel region.
Sahel region, yes.
So this is the way. We cannot ever discount. Interlinkages are so much. So that is why I truly believe current affairs को बहुत अच्छे से करने की जरूरत है.
And what about mains examination? Do you feel the same relevance of current affairs in the mains examination, especially in all the 4 papers that we have?
I believe in mains it reduces as compared to prelims, but in terms of value addition, it is still, because you can start any question with an introduction with a current event, so that वो बहुत ज़्यादा benefit करता है in mains, and you can add such examples from the current. Especially, I remember I started my essay with an example that was in current. Nvidia shares at that time were
they were rising,
so
because of GPUs and everything.
So the question was, empires of future would be empires of mind. So I started with this example.
Nice.
So one could integrate current wherever one could. So वो definitely help करता है, but उतना impact नहीं है जितना prelims के time पे होता है.
हाँ, मतलब in mains it makes your answers more relevant, more interesting, I would say, for the examiner also, who is checking the paper and they are reading all the same similar boring stuff in every student's paper, and then you suddenly inject this current affairs over there and you get a good impression on the examiner. So so when you started your preparation for the first time and you got to know, you must have read the syllabus and the previous year questions, and you got to know that okay, current affairs is something that has to be studied. So what was the challenge? Like, how did you start the preparation for current affairs? Did you read the newspapers? What were your sources, and how did you, what was the challenge that you faced in preparing for current affairs?
So for initially, because I was doing foundation, my more focus was on my static portion. So I truly believed current affairs should be done in the last 5-6 months, because it is constantly changing, और उसी टाइम पे करते हैं तो याद रखने की प्रोबेबिलिटी भी बेटर हो जाती है. पहले करा हुआ इट डज नॉट हेल्प अस मच. सो दो आई हैव बीन अ कांस्टेंट न्यूज़पेपर रीडर फ्रॉम माय स्कूल डेज, सो मेरी तब से आदत है. सो न्यूज़पेपर इज समथिंग दैट आई हैव बीन कंफर्टेबल विद. सो आई हैव बीन रीडिंग न्यूज़पेपर्स, and with our classroom with GS codes, they also give us recitals, monthly recitals.
Monthly magazine.
So I used to cover those monthly magazine when they arrived. So मैं उसी के साथ साथ एक दिन में बैठ के सारा अच्छे से पढ़ के I used to mark and then leave it. And then I picked those recitals of last 12 months. And I just revised it once before my prelims. And I can tell you around 3 questions from those recitals has come directly in the prelims that I remember.
Prelims examination. Okay. So basically you were, throughout the year, you were reading the newspapers And side by side, at the end of the
current affair
month, you were
magazines.
consolidating with the help of these magazines. And so, like, students face this problem that how to make notes out of current affairs. So, did you make notes of newspapers? What was your note making strategy with respect to current affairs?
I did not make any single note of current affairs.
Okay.
So I just marked it in the recitals, and then at the end I flipped all the pages and revised. That was my strategy.
Okay, मतलब लास्ट में पढ़ लिया सारा एक बार
हाँ,
में जो अंडरलाइन किया हुआ था
हाँ.
वो वाला चीज रिवाइज करके चले गए. तो फॉर प्रीलिम्स इट मस्ट बी हेल्पिंग. देन फॉर मेंस,
For means I made a one page sheet for each paper, for each subject, and in that I integrated current affairs from various sources.
अच्छा,
So
okay.
according to the topic, for example, in disaster management you go. So for cyclones I have given जो recent cyclones है वो I have written.
उसके नाम लिख लिया.
नाम लिख लिए जो अभी इंडिया में क्या स्टेटस है, जो बेसिक डिटेल्स है, जस्ट 4-5 लाइंस. उसमें जितना करंट अफेयर्स हुआ है, डेटा, क्योंकि इन मेंस data plays a really important role in economics and geography and these subjects.
Yeah.
So वहाँ पे I used these one pages कि वहाँ पे major important data जो है वो current affairs से include करके वो लिख लिया. And again वो मैंने derive कहीं ना कहीं smart current affairs की classes से भी, क्योंकि आपके जो notes थे वो give us a handouts, मेरे लिए बहुत easy था. I literally just copied it from there.
Okay. हाँ. So I was coming to that question only कि since you were part of the current affairs program and you were continuously attending the classes as well. So how has that program helped you in your prelims and mains examination? Just give your opinion, or let's say how did you feel about the program, those things.
I would say in prelims एक अच्छा बेस बन गया था करंट अफेयर्स में, स्पेशली अंडरस्टैंडिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट्स. जयंत सर इन इकोनॉमिक्स and Karthikeyan sir in geography mapping, especially geography mapping at that time. Sara, I was in fact doing my maps, और तो मैंने खुद से भी किया, बट इंटीग्रेट करना बहुत इजी हो गया मेरे लिए with the help of Karthikeyan sir. And science was also taught by him. I was, because in class 10th I opted for humanities. My science base is not really good. So you go really slow. आप बहुत slow जाते हो, बिल्कुल बेस पढ़ाते हो. शायद करंट अफेयर्स बाकी बच्चों के लिए अनफेयर होता हो, बट इट रियली हेल्प स्टूडेंट्स लाइक मी जिनका बिल्कुल बेस नहीं था. आई स्टिल रिमेंबर जो आप पूरा सन का, आई रिमेंबर योर स्लाइड, जो आप सन का पूरा एक इसकी लाइफ बताते हो. यहाँ पे होता है नीचे, हाँ, लाइफ ऑफ अ स्टार, वो पूरा.
You remember the entire PPT?
I still remember it.
Nice.
कैसे वो होता है, सुपरनोवा क्या कॉन्सेप्ट होता है, all that. वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग आई गेन फ्रॉम योर क्लासेस ओनली. सो प्रीलिम्स में वहाँ एफर्ट हुआ, मेंस में लाइक आई सेड द डेटा दैट आई गॉट फ्रॉम द क्लासेस मेरे लिए बहुत ईजी हो गया, बिकॉज आई गॉट द मटीरियल. मुझको बस इनकलकेट करना था. सो इट बिकेम रियली ईजी कि मुझे जाके ढूंढना नहीं पड़ा. सो इट बिकेम अ ग्रेट facilitator for me.
So handouts and all you were using for your preparation?
Definitely.
Okay.
Vajiram इकोनॉमिक्स के तो यहीं इंस्टीट्यूट से ही मैं लेता था, बाकी आपके तो मैं प्रिंट आउट करवा के स्टिल इवन एट होम.
Okay, so basically like these programs, like if someone asks you ki should we just depend on newspapers and these magazines, though what is the difference that these programs, specific module based programs like Smart Current Affairs program, what advantage does these program give you, like for a person who is reading newspapers continuously and then joining this program? So if you compare these two things, what specific advantage these specific programs give you?
In one word, I would say understanding. See, we read newspaper, we read current affair magazine, it feels really dry. Because एक बार में आपको समझ नहीं आता है. Once you attend the classes, you get to know कि क्या चल रहा है, क्या concept है. और similarly, I would say recitals में earlier before the class I used to read the recitals. They are mentioning ये star ये है, इसके बारे में ये है, ये इसका नाम है, इसमें मिला है, ये है. अब I'm not understanding a bit कि ये क्या होता है. तो मेरे लिए it is dry fact. But after that, this year I was reading recitals. Now I know कि अच्छा कि ये Sagittarius ये है, black hole क्या होता है. These concepts now अब मुझको पढ़ने में काफी इजी हो गया. My time would be less and my retention would be more.
Right. So basically it helps you understand the concept in a current relevance. Okay. So tell me, like when you start the preparation, when anyone starts the preparation, they started with the static subjects, right? So what is the right time to start preparing for current affairs in a specific manner? As in, this is a doubt which many students face कि कब exactly current affairs पे focus करना start करें हम लोग. तो what is your opinion on that?
I could be bit specific here because start one should do with geography mapping because वो होती करंट में आती है but still it is a bit static because अब जो नदियाँ जो है वो वहीं रहेगा. So मैंने February में start कर दिया था मेरा geography mapping that went till March सभी क्लासेस के साथ. फिर उसके बाद I came into science and environment and all other current affairs. So I truly believe after March for general more focus होना चाहिए. बाकी एक और एडवाइस ये है कि एकदम लास्ट मोमेंट तक कोई शॉर्टकट नहीं है कि आपने एक मैगजीन पढ़ ली PT3 जो भी मार्केट में अवेलेबल है वो आपने एक मैगजीन पढ़ ली तो वो हो जाएगा बिकॉज आपको वो पहले से पढ़ा और उसके बाद वो अगर रिवाइज्ड नहीं है तो वो कोई हेल्प ही नहीं करेगा चाहे कोई भी मैगजीन
रिटेन नहीं करेगा. एग्जैक्टली मतलब आपको पहले से ही थोड़ा सा अपना बेस बनाते हुए चलना है.
तो थ्रू आउट द ईयर अगर आपने जैसे कि मैंने भी किया कि एक बार मैगजीन पढ़ के रखा हुआ था चाहे फ्रैंकली मुझे ज़्यादा याद नहीं रहा क्योंकि एंड तक इतना रिटेंशन कैपेसिटी नहीं होती बट स्टिल एक बार आपने पढ़ा है बैक ऑफ द माइंड आपकी कहीं आइडिया है तो दैट रियली हेल्प्स टू कट दैट टाइम रिवाइज करने में क्योंकि प्रीलिम्स का लास्ट मंथ है. आई डिड इट इन माय लास्ट मंथ और इट रियली वर्क फॉर मी.
सो अगर पहले से नहीं पढ़ रहे तो लास्ट में रिवाइज करने का भी फायदा नहीं
होगा बिकॉज आप रिटेन कितना कर पाओगे फिर अगेन इट इज अ बंच ऑफ इतना मैगजीन्स हो जाएगा वो कैसे फैक्ट्स आप याद कर पाओगे.
राइट. सो द लास्ट मंथ रिवीजन इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन कि हाउ मच हैव यू बीन स्टडीइंग इन द पास्ट ईयर थ्रू आउट द ईयर. Okay, so one problem, like let me take you to the answer writing aspect, which is also a very important aspect for mains examination specifically. And one problem which the students face, ki they read a lot of current affairs, but then when it comes to writing the answer, they're not able to incorporate the facts or let's say data of current affairs into their answer. So is there any strategy that you use? Like how did you consciously incorporated the current facts in your answers? Any strategy from your end?
Mine was simple. So first अपना क्वेश्चन का डिमांड समझा देन अगर इंट्रोडक्शन में कहीं भी कुछ करंट स्पेसिफिक इवेंट या किसी भी चीज से मैं रिलेट कर सकता हूँ उस क्वेश्चन को तो आई वुड स्टार्ट विद इंट्रोडक्शन और वहीं पे आई वुड मेंशन बट जस्ट इन केस अगर इट वुड बी अ डिफाइंड सॉर्ट ऑफ इंट्रोडक्शन तो फिर जब हम पॉइंट्स लिख रहे हैं सो पॉइंट्स तो स्टैटिक पोर्शन ही है पर उसका जो एग्जाम्पल है मैं कॉन्शियस एफर्ट करता था कि अगर मेरे पास मेरे रिसोर्सेज में कहीं कोई करंट का है तो आई वुड डेफिनेटली उसको एग्जाम्पल में इंकॉर्पोरेट कर करके कोशिश करना. अगेन इतना कंटेंट एंड तक भी एक जो मेरे साइड से मैं स्टिल फील कमी रही कि मेरा कंटेंट शायद इतना स्ट्रांग नहीं था बिकॉज मेरे लिए टाइम भी कम था फर्स्ट टाइम था और मैं स्टैटिक पोर्शन भी कर रहा था फर्स्ट टाइम के हिसाब से सो मैं भी शायद इतना करंट अफेयर्स इंक्लूड नहीं कर पाया बट इट डेफिनेटली हेल्प्स.
हाँ मतलब more the current affairs more is the interesting or relevant the answer becomes.
Relevance.
Right. So does the current affairs have relevance in let's say your optional just asking मतलब you have history as an optional right? So was it helpful in history also sometimes?
Not directly but sometimes as you say in introduction one could start it with the current events. So recently Indus Valley civilization's findings were from Tamil Nadu. So when an IBC question come you could either conclude it with especially in conclusions. I would say कि हिस्ट्री बिकॉज इट इज वेरी स्टैटिक अगर आप अपने कंक्लूजन में कुछ उसको करंट से या कंटेम्प्रेरी पीरियड से एक कनेक्शन एक फ्लो सेट कर दें कि
आज के समय में भी क्या इंपॉर्टेंस
है जैसे रोल ऑफ वुमेन ऐसे क्वेश्चंस में यू कैन कंक्लूड इट विद समथिंग व्हिच इज ऑफ कंटेम्प्रेरी नेचर. तो ये चीजें हिस्ट्री में शायद एग्जामिनर को कुछ नया अलग दिखता है तो आई बिलीव कि वो भी हेल्प करता है.
सो मतलब इन सब्जेक्ट्स लाइक हिस्ट्री व्हिच इज ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीटली स्टैटिक इन दैट आल्सो यू फाइंड द relevance of current affairs over there. Now moving on from current affairs, Akshat, I want to understand that how was your what was exactly your interview strategy, as in you were part of the IGP as well.
Yes.
So what was the experience over here and how did you see your interview going on?
So I was part of IGP at Wajiram. So what I'm now able to remember, 3-4 months have passed. So I came here and it was more online. I had registered it and we had to book slot. And I came for, there were two sort of, one for a group mock and one for 1-to-1 with Ravindran sir. So I remember it was my second mock that I had given all around. So Wajiram mock. And it was in that old building and Farooqi sir was the chairman at that time of that board. And it was actually a bit of, it was tough on me and I believe it should be.
Should be.
Because I was a bit raw at that time, and I had not covered up my DAF. They asked me question on table. I still remember they asked me what is the dimensions of the table tennis ball, and I answered 40 centimeter instead of millimeter. So I answered it at that time, and they sort of whispered in between. After that, 40 centimeter. Think about it.
Yeah, 40
so
centimeter.
These sort of things they asked, especially they forced me in my DAF to make sure that I prepare my DAF really well. So in that, and in fact Ravindra's 1-to-1 session was really good, I would say, because he just sat with me for आधा घंटा बिल्कुल मेरे साथ बैठे, and all हर टॉपिक पे डीपली जितना क्वेश्चन, इनफैक्ट उस समय न्यूज में ईस्टर्न राजस्थान कैनाल प्रोजेक्ट था, so he even asked me that. So उनका भी डेप्थ पता चलता है कि उन्होंने उस लेवल पूछा, इवन आई वाज नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग उससे ऐसी चीजें तो कहीं.
For this story is same for almost every aspirant who comes over here for the IGP कि 1-to-1 with Ravindran sir is the best part of it. Okay, so Akshat, now let's say the prelims is fast approaching, and you said the relevance of current affairs also. There are students like they are just around the corner with the prelims examination. 20 days there will be examination. So any strategy from the prelims perspective, as in how should they use this 20 days effectively? What should be the strategy for those people who are giving the exam this year?
I guess now only 20 days is left. ज़्यादा अब फ्रेश मॉक्स देने का ज़्यादा रेलेवेंस नहीं है. सो इट इज़ नाउ मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट कि जितना अब तक हमने पढ़ा उसको हम कंसोलिडेट करें लास्ट 20 डेज में. सो अगेन जो आपके करंट का मटेरियल है, मे बी और मैगजीन, मे बी और नोट्स, जो कि आप जो भी आपने बनाया उस सबको आप वापस से एक बार रिवाइज करें. जो भी आपने मॉक्स अटेम्प्ट करें उनके आंसर्स वापस जाके रिवाइज करें. इट इज़ रियली इंपॉर्टेंट टू अगेन रिवाइज योर मॉक्स, क्योंकि वहाँ से भी बहुत सारा कंटेंट और बहुत सारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग आती है ना. अगेन रिवाइजिंग योर नोट्स एवरी. सो इस टाइम तक ये सब अगर आप एक बार वापस रिवाइज करें रादर देन, और इससे एक फायदा ये भी होगा कि अगर आप अभी मॉक नहीं देंगे तो अगर फॉर एग्जांपल आप अभी मॉक दो इन लास्ट वीक इस टाइम पे, तो मार्क्स का में आपका कॉन्फिडेंस डाउन जाएगा. इट इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट कि यू गो इन विद फुल कॉन्फिडेंस, कि एग्जाम हॉल में यू ना लाइक कि आई एम नॉट स्कोरिंग इन मॉक्स, मेरा स्कोर लो है, कैसा होगा. तो ये रिवाइज करने से इट वुड गिव अ कॉन्फिडेंस.
मतलब अपने को लिमिट कर देना है प्रिपरेशन अभी कि हाँ जितना पढ़ लिया है उतने में से अच्छा करके आना है. सो टोटल मतलब जस्ट दिस अगेन दिस इज वन ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस आई एम आस्किंग फ्रॉम द बिहाफ ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स एज वेल, कि पूरे प्रीलिम्स के प्रिपरेशन में कितने मॉक्स हमें देने चाहिए? इज देयर एनी लिमिट दैट यू हैड सेट फॉर योरसेल्फ, और हाउ टू डिसाइड दैट?
I had not set a limit, but I ended up with around 70-80 mocks.
70-80 mocks in those 3 to 4 months of preparation that you were doing for?
In those 3 to 4 months. I started my mocks in March.
In March, okay.
March, April and May. So I did not give any mock in June.
Okay.
My prelim was June 16th.
16 June, yeah. Last time it was in 16 June. Yes.
Last 15 days I had not given any mocks. I've just revised. I in fact revised my mocks twice at that time.
Okay, so getting the answers, getting the understanding ki how I solved that paper at that point of time.
Yes, and there are content जो कि one cannot रियली आप याद नहीं कर सकते हो. वो उसका ही स्पेशली करंट अफेयर्स में भी इतना स्टैटिक पोर्शन भी होता है. अभी है वी कैन नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग एक लेवल तक काम आती है सर. उसके बाद कहीं ना कहीं आपको वही होता है कि जितना रीसेंट आप बार बार पढ़ो तो आपकी एक फोटोजेनिक मेमोरी जिसे आप कह लो, एक वो मेमोरी में याद रह जाए बस. सो मेरी
सबकॉन्शियस माइंड को काम करने देना है प्रीलिम्स के समय पे.
हाँ.
So again, moving on to the mains wala also with respect to the number of tests. How many tests did you give for each paper, each GS paper before your actual mains examination?
So I can remember 3 for all, GS 1, 2, 3, 4. And for my optional, I gave, again, there are 2 papers in optional. For each, I gave 3.
Acha, okay.
And I did not write any essay.
You did not write the essay. Okay, that's great. But I think not going. So is it that it was very strong for you, the essay wala thing?
I did not have time.
Acha, okay. Because it is for the first time that
I was doing crash course of history.
And anyways, you are reading so much in GS courses and your history optional also. So probably you were able to manage essay without practicing.
I was able to manage that. What I would say.
Oh, that's nice. So Akshat, like in the in this preparation, anyone, like even if you're clearing for the first time also, you have these low phases. Everyone has this.
Definitely.
So tell us something about it. Like we talk about success a lot, but we would like to hear from a topper that how he handled the low phase in his life during this particular preparation.
My prelims तक तो I would say it was a bit rosy, बहुत dedicated और prelims के लिए जा रहे हैं. So prelims हुआ and I knew मेरा हो रहा है. अब उसके बाद actually मेरा low point आया. Now I gave my prelims in Jaipur. So next day की train पकड़ के I came to Delhi. बाजीराम भी आया, मैंने बात वगैरह की. For the next 10 days result भी नहीं आया था and I was literally in panic. I was having sleepless nights because I have not prepared. My answer writing was in बिल्कुल disarray. I have not practiced any answers or my optional was not complete. बिल्कुल बहुत ज़्यादा खराब. At that time you really need your family and friends. कि घर पे बात करना, एक reassurance. जब आपको पता है कि वो इतना दूर है, मे भी कुछ नहीं, बट कहीं ना कहीं एक जना जब आपके साथ बैठ के बोलते कि कोई बात नहीं, हो जाएगा, ये चीज़ें कुछ नहीं है, कर लोगे, ये a word of इतना ही I guess काफ़ी होता है. Support.
You have that emotional support कि ठीक है, there is someone who is trusting me in this particular tough phase. Yeah, okay. So Akshat, like this journey, though it was short for you, but certainly multiple challenges have also come in. So from this journey, what are the various lessons that you take forward into your next phase of your life?
First, as I said earlier also in Chandravan sir, see, it is really important to be humble, and humility is a really great asset for any person. Because the fact is, even preparing for UPSC, we are never able to complete the syllabus. So we need to be, what we have, we must have confidence in it, and that we do not know everything and we would not ever be able to know everything.
Right.
So वो stage कभी नहीं आएगा. So there is so much to learn. हमेशा there is always scope for improvement. So ये preparation ने मुझको ये सिखाया है कि अभी there is still a long road to go for me. Examination success, I believe, was just a part of it.
Right.
आगे जाके इससे भी बड़े challenges आने हैं and I have to do a lot more for it.
Yeah, you will take up the responsibility of the country going forward. So, acha, agar just a question that if Akshat was not a civil servant, then what Akshat would have been doing?
I would have certainly been a professor. I have cleared my JRF exam also, and I am currently pursuing masters in history from Delhi University. So I had a great plan B also there. So अगर UPSC नहीं होता, I would have given 2-3 attempts. That's it. Pack up. इधर अपना JRF हो रखा है. I would have done my PhD and I would have been a professor anyway.
So do you think this having a plan B is helpful in this journey, or does it demotivate you, or let's say does it divert you from your actual UPSC goal?
It depends. For me, it actually came really easy. मुझको ज़्यादा पढ़ना नहीं पड़ा because UPSC में I had history optional. So with that preparation, I was able to crack that exam. For me, it was 2 days of preparation and 1 day of exam.
Yeah.
And so it was not.
So you chose a plan B which was very close to what you were.
To what I was doing. So I truly believe, and having a plan B actually gives you a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
So you know कि there is not a lot on stake on this particular UPSC exam. Because कई बार क्या होता है, मैं इनफैक्ट अपने दोस्तों को देखता हूँ, they make UPSC bigger than themselves. तो UPSC exam को इतना बड़ा बना लेते हैं.
Yeah.
So it is really important कि we just treat it like just any other exam. वो definitely help करता है.
Yeah, exactly. So this problem of mental health is something that most of the students are facing over here in this area. A few days back, I had this podcast with Rank 123. So even he was talking about it, ki how mental health was a challenge for him and how he overcame this particular thing. So again, for the students to know this particular point, that a topper like Akshat or topper like the other toppers, they also go through this phase of low mental phase and all those things. So I think it's quite common to deal with these things. So Akshat, I think you have a very inspiring journey for those students who are aspiring to get into the rank list, get into the services in the very first attempt. I think they would definitely learn a lot from you, from your hard work, from your success. So how does what have you thought about as your responsibility for the nation, as in what you actually want to do? How do you look at yourself contributing to the nation?
Firstly, I would say कि only like 10 days have passed
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
exam, and
Huh.
there is a lot to know about my. Firstly, I doesn't even know what would I get. Jahan tak I would get IRS.
Yeah,
but
you will get. Huh.
So
Hmm.
keeping I would get IRS.
Hmm.
So first I have to know about what are my responsibilities, what is my role, these things, and how I would be able to help in the nation building. And so for me, the basic tenets in all the services would remain same.
Yes.
ब्यूरोक्रेसी की एफिशिएंसी इंप्रूव करना एंड मेकिंग इट मोर पीपल फ्रेंडली.
करेक्ट.
कहीं ना कहीं कि पीपल कनेक्ट होना, और कि एक वो ना रहे कि जो बड़े साहब वाली जो इमेज होती है किसी भी एक ब्यूरोक्रेट की. आई गेस आज की इन द प्रेजेंट डे इट इज रियली इम्पोर्टेंट कि आप अपने देश के लोगों के साथ रह के काम करें, उनकी प्रॉब्लम समझें. मैं ट्रूली बिलीव कि इसी से ही एक अच्छा सिविल सर्वेंट कोई भी बन सकता है. आपका पब्लिक एक्सपोजर, उनसे बात करना, ग्राउंड से कभी कनेक्ट नहीं छूटना चाहिए. सो मेरी भी फिलॉसफी है, मुझे अभी बहुत कुछ जानना है, मुझे अभी बहुत कुछ सीखना है, पर अपनी रूट्स को कभी नहीं छोड़ना है.
That's great. I think this country deserves and wants more young officers like you who have this particular dedication and passion to work for the country. I hope you become a very good officer. We from the Vajirams team and from myself also, again I congratulate you for this success of yours. And yeah, thank you so much for giving this time. We learned a lot about your journey. We learned about your strategy of preparation and especially current affairs. And yeah, your inspiring journey must definitely be very inspiring for the aspirants who are watching. So thank you so much, Akshat, for giving your time. Wish you all the best in your journey ahead. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.